my channel. I am Amanda and my channel is Dr. Mommy Budgets. I am here today sitting in my cozy chair, so therefore we're going to have a short cozy chair conversation today because I am really ready to chill today. It's a little cool here and I am actually underneath my blanket as I sit in my chair. But you know, it's just sometimes you have those days where you just want to kind of chill. So yeah, this is not going to be long at all, but this has been a topic that I have, admittedly been working through, and I just have this conversation with, with my significant other or whoever, I'm talking to. I've had it with my my children, and just all sorts of people. But if you do recall from my budget projection video earlier this week, there was one of my little motivational sayings on there that said, control you, you cannot control others. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. And also, for the record, if you can hear music, hopefully you cannot hear that music in my background, but my neighbors are outside blasting their music, so hopefully we can't hear this. So you can't hear that. So we're gonna go on and try to get through this video real quick. All right, I did write down a few points so that I can make sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, just like I was saying, me and my boyfriend, significant other, we just had this conversation. Actually, we have it all the time. But the first thing is to stop trying to force your opinions, your beliefs, and your persuasiveness of topic or content onto others. So basically, remember, we are trying not to control. Remember, we're keeping in mind we're trying not to control the other person. We're only trying to control ourselves. So what I mean by that is, if you are, for all intents and purposes, as I'm going through this little short explanation, we're just talking about, we're going to talk about just two people having a conversation, not a group of people, just two individuals. But you don't want to try and force your opinions or your beliefs or your content off on another person. Your goal is just to deliver the content or the information in hopes of having a sensible, intellectual dialogue between the two of you. Okay? So basically, you don't want it to turn into a back and forth. I'm trying to defend my points. You're trying to defend yours, shouting match. So that's one way that you are learning to control yourself, by just, delivering the information and leaving it at that. Same thing if you were receiving information. You receive that information from that individual and you leave it at that. If y'all, if you have a differing of opinion, then you guys can discuss that in a respectable and sensible way. But, and leave it at that. Even if y'all just continue to disagree on that topic, then agree to disagree peacefully. Second thing is, try to understand the other person, but don't let them upset you. So they kind of piggyback off of that first bullet point. So, if you are presenting information or receiving information, make sure that that information is understood. Or if you're receiving the information, make sure that you understand what that individual is trying to say. All at the same time, guys, do not get upset if you don't, or if you don't agree with what they're saying. The goal is to communicate in a not hostile environment, and make sure your mental space is not hostile. You're just going to be just like I am talking to you right now. That's the way you want to have conversations with any and everybody that you come across. Believe me, the information will be received better. You'll have a better conversation. At the end of the day, you will leave the situation stress-free, not having a lot of emotions and everything attached to the conversation. So basically, you definitely do not want to let what others are saying in their conversation upset you. And I know it is easier said than done. You know, there may be a topic that you're very passionate about, but at the same time, even with topics like that, you're still going to have to learn how to control your emotions. Listen to the person, understand what they're saying, and leave it at that. The very last point, which actually is the finale of this, is to control your emotions. So, you know, while you're in conversation, after you've had the conversation, you want to make sure you try as hard as you can to keep your emotions intact. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, if you got emotions flaring and going in all different sorts of directions, then your character is going to start going in all different types of directions. And then the words that come out of your mouth, they are going to start going in all sorts of different disrespectful, hurtful, you know, inappropriate directions. So you do not want that to take place. So these are things that may not happen overnight, and it's going to take some practice. So if you are one who's, you know, getting upset and when you're having conversations or leaving the conversations feeling a certain way, you're in a funky mood, you can't even go through the rest of your day, then that means that in some form or fashion, indirectly, you're trying to control that situation or control that individual, or however you want to look at that. So that is what you don't want to do, because, like I said, at the end of the day, which is the topic of this video, you cannot control another individual. You just can't, you know. So once we actually get that in our minds and really understand it and let it digest, you can't. Because at the end of the day, people are free to do what they want to do. Actually, they're going to do what they want to do. So that's going to be another cozy chair conversation as well, as it relates to, well, actually, I guess it can sort of piggyback off of this. You can't control people. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do on next week. We'll talk about individuals having that freedom and that free will, or however you want to look at it, to do what they want to do, because they are going to do what they want to. You cannot stop them. So I'm going to end this video here because it is starting to get a little lengthy. But I just wanted to come on here to just kind of reiterate that I know a lot of us know that, but a lot of us are not putting that into play. And the reason why I know that a lot of people are not putting that into play is because they get upset. You get upset when you're having a conversation with someone else. That means that, number one, you're not in control of yourself, and number two, you're trying to control the other individual. So leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this topic. And if you're working through some issues like that, or if you have some little tidbits of information or nuggets of information to leave with everyone here on how to work through that sort of situation where you're either trying to control someone or be in control of the situation, then let us know in the comments below. Any little bit of information can help. So that's all I have for this video. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. Y'all know what I'm about to do. I am about to go and chill. So I will see you in the next one. Peace.